Link engaged.
Visit us at TeamSpeak.com.
All right, guys, we are back, and we're about to bring you game number 2 of Nerchio versus HwangSin. This one's going to happen on Shattered Temple. Dario, are you ready to count this one down?
Absolutely. I guess we can just go right into it, as we have this useful replay syncing tool anyways, and can just catch up later on.
All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and get this game going.
Are you still on the server?
Yeah.
I don't see you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. All right, cool.
There you go.
Anyways, so we're rocking and rolling, Dario. We've got Nerchio up here at 12 o'clock, and over here at 3 o'clock we have HwangSin. So what are we gonna see here in this second game?
Once again, it is close air precision, but it's just really nice for HwangSin, really, because he's gonna make Nerchio very afraid of being just being a douche and doing the same thing again, I guess. So even though Nerchio knows, HwangSin knows that Nerchio knows that it's kinda unlikely and risky for him to do the same thing again, it's a lot.
This sounds like a lot of mind game going on.
Yeah, I know. Well, it just sucks being like instantly being in the same situation, and yeah, he just has to be very careful now, because he does certainly not want to lose it after 8 minutes again to some stupid void race.
Yeah, and you know, this is a best of 3, so if ever HwangSin was going to do something crazy and cheesy, this would probably be a good time for it. He's always got that third game to fall back on. Looks like Nerchio going to go for some sort of speedling expand once again. Pool and gas is down, and HwangSin just throwing no second gas yet, but it's not quite time for that. But I don't know, man. I think this would be a good time for him to bust out maybe a 4-gate or something.
Yeah, a 4-gate would be nice, considering Nerchio is going to spend minerals, hopefully, into getting a decent air defense this time.
Mm-hmm. So
4-gate is definitely a nice option, and HwangSin actually builds this weird wall again. I don't really know if I like that, but it seems to be working for him, I guess. There must be a reason that I cannot really see why he does it like that, but yeah, I'm not sure. It just seems very vulnerable, as you were saying, but
yeah, I totally agree. It's just like, I mean, it's hard to really do anything with early roaches or banelings without putting yourself completely all in, but that kind of a wall is just begging for it, man.
But I think the really good thing about it is Archons actually can go through that wall. A lot of Protoss build wallins where Archons can't go through, and that one looks a little bit more like an Archon could actually go through it. So I'm not sure. Maybe that's the reasoning.
All right, well, that might make a little bit of sense. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll have the game develop to a point where we can see something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Nerchio has started speed, and he's left 2 guys in gas. Not really sure why he would choose to just pull one off. It doesn't really.
He already did it last time, so I think he just wants to get a little bit of extra minerals. And well, he got speed out, and there's not really anything he can spend his gas on, so he just wants to slow it down a little bit and get the extra mineral in return.
Okay. And HwangSin here adding more sentries this time, so he's not going to be dumping in all this gas into things like tech. Oh, and look at that, 4th gateway goes down right there at the top of the Protoss main, so this is in fact going to be a 4-gate. And this whole game is going to hinge on whether or not Nerchio can realize what's happening, and whether or not he can get out enough units to really deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, on Lost Temple you always have the nice positioning with your Overlord on the cliff. But right now it's still not moving. It just has to go a little bit to the left, a little bit to the top, and he's gonna spot the 4-gate, but will he do it in time?
You know, he's scouted double gas, and okay, now the Overlord is gonna poke in here, and it's gonna see the 2nd and the 3rd gateways, but everything HwangSin is doing, oh no, he completely walled himself in. So if Nerchio's Overlord turns south, he'll see the full wall. If it turns north, he'll see the 4th gateway, but instead it's gonna turn around and go back to the cliff. So on the production tab, Nerchio's just pumping out a bunch of drones, and his roach horn's going down, and I feel like he's about to be in a little bit of trouble.
Once again, he doesn't really do a good job of scouting at all. He does have speedlings. He had the perfect Overlord, but he's not doing anything with it. Now as the circling goes in, spots the army, I think, and is gonna see no nexus, but it might be too late for him.
I think Nerchio's just dead. He's still got drones on the production tab. He's supply blocked. There's nothing he can do in terms of creating units. He's throwing down some desperation spine crawlers. And maybe I guess he could hope to buy himself some time, but HwangSin has so many units, and he's now going to be able to force field the ramp indefinitely. Sentries are just going to focus down this spine crawler. Drones being pulled. You never want to have to be in that situation. And these queens are just poking away. I guess Nerchio's doing a nice job of turning Protoss around. 4 roaches are on the way, but I do not know if it's going to be enough.
Yeah, the pylon is basically right into Zerg's face. 4 more Stalkers coming. Spinecrawler is going up, but I think he can just go into that main if he wants to.
Yeah, he could go up the ramp and force field it indefinitely. The Spinecrawlers are finishing here, and Nerchio putting up a valiant defense, but he's losing so many drones. He's now down to 20 drones to the 25, 17 drones, and just leaves the game without a GG. So wow. our foreigner hope is out of the tournament, and all that remains are Koreans as HwangSin 2-0s Nerchio and makes it look easy.
Last foreigner going out with any honor. Make me too happy.
No, Nerchio, man. You know, I feel for him. It sucks to lose in that manner. You know, Stargates, or I guess Void Rays in the one game, and then just dying to a 4-gate in the other. But he really can't blame anyone but himself there. His scouting was not really up to par, and he paid the price for it.
Sometimes it feels like European Zergs have gotten used to be able to pump out a lot of drones early game.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have been bitching and whining so much about imbalance that every Terran Protoss is, okay, I gotta change my game, I gotta respect Zerg a little bit more, else they're just gonna be so pissed at me, call me names. I'm not gonna forget or Void Ray all in anymore. It really feels like that sometimes, but Koreans don't give a shit, they're just gonna kill you, so good play by HwangSin, and Nerchio can't really complain, and as you said, but be angry at himself.
Yeah, I agree, sir. So Nerchio goes out 0-2. That's going to move us into Polt versus Hack. So we'll be back with those games in just a second, guys. Don't go anywhere.